Morning once again, E-Dirt. Well, as you can see, the big red ball up behind me means we've been up at stupid o'clock once again, and we're heading down the road to the next round of the GXCCs. Last weekend, super cool to go down to Cape Town and work with the T-Bone Racing crew for that first doubleheader round of the Junior Nationals. We will be bringing you more information about that as soon as they send us their edit. But all I can tell you right now is it was absolutely huge. Just under 50 entries coming up to the line. 50s, 85s, 65s, a couple of 125 and high schoolers. And yeah, definitely a rebirth and a rebranding exercise for what the juniors and the Junior Nationals is all about. Graham Hedgecock and the crew laid out very testing tracks, but that's the whole idea. You know, there's a strong opinion that a lot of the junior races are a little bit too easy at the moment. So just try and see them step up to the level and get us back on point. Remember, guys like Travis Teasdale, Carl Flanagan, Wade Young, all these guys came through our junior series when we had a junior series, and that's why they're as strong as they are. That and massive amounts of talent. So right now today, yeah, the classic venue of Falkville, very exciting for us because it's a classic GXCC venue. It's been used to GXCCs, it's been used before that at the GOCs. I think I've raced Falkville about 3 times, and one of my favorite tracks, basically because it's a very, very high speed track. You do get to use the capabilities of the bikes and the quads. It'll be a full gearbox race. It's been very, very tight in the early stages of the GXCCs, very technical, and that's been based on the amount of land that we've had to use. Now we're going out to the Robbie's farm. We know this place has got tons and tons of room to play with. You always start off, or you end off, depends on which way the Lawrence is going to flip the track. It's going to be that little cutback section. So hole shots are always so important out at Falkville. We're expecting good gates at the same time. Obviously we're falling into the holidays for the schools running over Easter. A couple of guys will be coming up, no doubt from the coast, to try and just keep themselves in line. We know the KZN guys do run their coastal hare scramble series, but they know that they actually get very, very good training in the bag and conditioning coming out of the GXCCs. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens. I'll report back at the end of today, let you know who the big swingers are, and of course, what are we, about 4 weeks away from our next national? 3 or 4 weeks away from our next national down at Dundee. So this is how the calendar plays out. Is always about the GXCCs 2, maybe 3 weeks before the next round of the nationals. Make sure everyone's on point. For now, I'll just keep this coffee rolling in. Alright, so as I stare into the sun and in the rearview mirror is Falkville, we say goodbye to another classic race venue, GXCC round number 3, Falkville. An absolutely stellar race, real cool numbers on the page as well, and a very successful race venue. Very similar track to the one they ran at the end of last year. I was lucky enough to test the new KTM 500 on that track, and basically based on that test ride and riding the track, I knew it was going to be a horsepower track. That said, there were some surprising results that came out. We'll cover that. That pretty much happened on the two-wheel side of things. In the juniors, no real big surprise. Heinrich Aust in the senior 85s walked away with a big win. He's very hard to beat this year, the Rad Motos KTM man. And cool to see his little buddy back in racing action as well. Carl Branson, he's been out of action for a couple of weeks now. Got a rod in his collarbone. Got the green light, I think, about a week ago. Been chilling with Taki at his place and putting in the training, and he walked away with his category win in the junior 85. So very cool to see him back on the pace, and it was always a track that he really enjoyed as well. The 65s, yeah, very good numbers on the page there as well. As I left the event, there was a discrepancy with the results for the 65, so unfortunately I can't tell you what was happening. I can tell you though, the normal key players were there in the mix, so I'd expect to see Kobus Bester and Kadian van der Spey somewhere around, if not actually at the front. So sorry I can't give you that result. On the quad side of things, very cool to see Captain CrossFit himself, old Kilian Jacobs, in the zone once more. The man on the KTM is near on untouchable this year on his day. So very cool to see him walk away with the victory that he so well deserves as well. He's put a lot of training and a lot of prep work into his bike, and it's starting to show. It's a real polished game. Not only that, himself and Marty Buckfisher got engaged at the race. As he crossed the line, he pulled the wedding ring out of his backpack, his hydration pack, covered in mud and roost, and dropped knee. So congratulations to you guys. It's going to be Marty Jacobs pretty soon. So that's very, very cool to see a racing family truly become a racing family. The other story in the Q1s was Russ Manfrera managing to come through for a third place before he got onto his two-wheel bike. So he's pulling a little bit of Hannah Simon on us and going 2 for 2 on the day. Very, very exciting to see how these guys are able to get the most out of a GXCC event. On the Q2s, HH37 Simon, even after stalling the big 700 on the line, managed to plow the field and came home for a great result to walk away with the big win in the category. So that's very, very cool for Ati. He doesn't get as much seat time as he would like, but it's just nice to see him walk away with that big result. Not only that, I actually think he was second overall. So the only man up the road was Captain CrossFit. That's very cool. On the bike side, normally we'd be talking about Lo Schmidt in the OR1 category. Of course, unfortunately, Lo Schmidt, as well as Kenny Gilbert, in fact, walking away with pretty staunch shoulder and collarbone injuries at the first round of the Nationals, so there were no shows. That left it all up to D'Artagnan Lobjoy, the Yamaha man from Botswana. He was out there. He managed to be first wheel home at the end of lap number 1, and the only rider to run lap number 1 in clear air. But unfortunately, he didn't walk away with the big win. He did take the win in class, but the win overall went to the OR2s. OR2, JC Nienaber, is an up and down season last year. We know on his day, if he gets everything dialed, he is untouchable. Well, Falkville was his day. So the man riding out of Roos KTM with supports from Super Moose delivered the goods. Made the pass on the last lap on D'Artagnan Lobjoy. That's D'Artagnan on a Yamaha 450. Left him in his dust on a KTM 350 and then checked out. There was a big margin when he crossed the line, and he was a happy rider. One of the riders that's taken a long time to find his form, and he needed that breakthrough win. He needed it badly, and we're very happy to see him get his name on the top of the score sheet. D'Artagnan came through a second wheel, so that gave him the OR1 win. And third place, another one of the KTM 350s, Cameron Becker, another rider coming home from an injury. Doesn't sound like much, but almost broke his entire pinky finger off. And it's been a long time to try and get that thing sorted out to come back. So good to see him running the numbers up there. In the crazy high school category, Stefan van Deventer walked away with the big win once again. He has not been beaten this season yet. That's huge. It's going to be very rare that we can see a rider with a clean score sheet. So good luck to Stefan and the Yamaha crew, and proudly Bidvest as he goes forward into the rest of the season. But undefeated thus far on the 2017 season. In the OR3s, Taki back on pace, loves Falkville. Is putting in the training as well as his university work, which is keeping him quite busy at the moment. Walks away with the big win in the OR3, so that's super cool. 125s, Mr. 125 himself, Ryan Peltzer, smashes it home big time. In the seniors, Ludwig Janssen van Vuren in a big dice with Bruce Fillion the whole way through the day. Pulled the pin, and they're both now running on the 450s. Bruce on the Husqvarna 450, Ludwig on the 450 on the KTM side of things. And Ludwig back into the mix big time after almost ending himself at the previous round of the GXCCs and scribbling his 350, gets back onto the 450 and pulls a big result. Good decision on getting back onto the big bike there as well. In the master side of things, it looked like Wayne Farmer and Johan Gray were in a ding-dong battle. I can't confirm who walked away with that one. The terrain tells me it was possibly Johan Gray, but no doubt I'm wrong, and I'm going to get a phone call from Wayne Farmer. But those two were the class of the field once again in the Masters. And I'm going to sign off with that. Don't forget to go check out our sponsors as well. They've got a lot of specials running. The guys at EMD have got a ton of specials. The guys at RAD are still rocking and rolling on the Gurney boots, Just helmets, and EVS bag combos, as well as the guys up at Basefit. They've still got some amazing packages running throughout the rest of the year. Check them out. Vans Racing, we're going to be talking about them in the next episode as we go forward with more of their racing calendar. Next round of the FJX is coming up just around the corner in around about 5 weeks' time. For now, I'm going to sign off. It's been an amazing day. Hollywood out. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you all of the videos and all the details from the junior round of the Nationals that ran last weekend, the double-header down in Cape Town with T-Bone Racing. Hold thumbs that the guys will get the edit to us in time, and we'll bring it straight to your door. We'll see you guys later.